There should have been music all along. I am so sorry. Like, I even made sure I had music playing for you guys. So let's try this again. Hi, everybody. Our intro, Disc of Accretion, Drop Bear, Zine, Mike Cassidy. Hello, everybody. For those of you that... we're going to start with the doggos, because doggos. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the doggos, hey, Puck, Puck, sit. Sit. Okay, well, the one that, the white one, there you go. Can you sit? Can you speak, Puck? Okay, so the white one is Puck. He is an indeed American Eskimo, and the one that you might hear whining is the Dachshund. Her name is Tinkerbell. Oh, shoot, am I loud? I didn't mean to be. Oh, shoot, I am loud. Let me fix that. Oh my goodness, thank you for saying something, because I will just be loud and blow out your eardrums. Okay, that should be a little bit better. That should be a little bit better. Hey, Bad Panda Bear. And we're gonna toss cheers to the dogs. So that's the dogs. So me, hi, I'm Annie. Normally I stream on Sundays and Wednesdays, but I didn't stream on Sunday for a variety of reasons. And I'm going to stream tomorrow, but I'm not ready to stream tomorrow. That's partially why we're here. The top of my screen says behind the scenes daily space, and I'm going to update that on Twitch. Update that on Twitch. I'm sorry, I can't talk and type. Greeting, daily space. And if I look or sound a little rough around the edges, it's because I am. I finished a project at like 1:30 today and immediately took a nap. So, yeah. Oh, let's see. Immediately took a nap. So 6 days, 9 hours to Falcon 9. Well, we'll be talking about that in a second. Let me just update everything on Twitch. And yeah, we'll go with that. So Mike Cassidy, hey, thanks for the bits, Canada Kim. Also, for those of you that are new, bits equal Cheerios. So Puck, sit. Puck, speak. Speak. Come on, that was weak. All right, Puck says thank you. I say thank you. Here are the Cheerios, and make it rain. So I see somebody asking, what rank was I in the Army? I was a specialist. That is an E4. That is the rank. It is the highest rank where you're not a non-commissioned officer or NCO. And I actually joined the Army as a PFC, that's E3, because I had civilian acquired skills. So, and the civilian acquired skills were, no joke, knowing how to play an instrument. No joke. There is totally, I believe it still exists, there's totally a program called Civilian Acquired Skills. And, yeah, you can come into the Army at a higher rank simply because you have previous civilian acquired skills. So, I didn't have any college credit. This was like straight out of high school. I was straight out of high school. I was in E3. So, I did not get any. I take it back. I got some college credit for being in the service, but really it was PE. It was physical education. I got 0 credit, college credit from the Army for being in the band. I probably would have gotten some credit from being a 42 Alpha, which is if you've ever been in the Army, that's the person that handles all of your paperwork, and the amount of regulations behind all of that are kind of amazing. So yeah, I still remember things about leave and passes and promotions and flags that I shouldn't remember. And that was over 10 years ago. Well over 10 years ago. So, yeah. There was no JROTC at my high school, so that wasn't even an option for me. Oh yeah, I know, Arnstra, right? There's just, the paperwork behind all of them are amazing. So, the other reason why y'all are here is I'm messing with my lighting and things, and maybe it's just... Oh, there's a shadow across my eyes. I'm messing with my, my lighting and things because glasses, right? So there's no, I covered the window that's in front of me, so there's no reflection from the window anymore. But I have two lights that I'm trying to handle, and obviously I have two monitors, which I know you can see the reflection of one of them in my glasses. So, but yeah, the regulations behind paperwork are amazingly intense, and it's actually normally an 8-week school, and because I was cross-training, oh no, we need to get more Cheerios. Because I was cross-training, a bunch of us did an 8-week course in 4 weeks, and I was still bored. Still. So, yeah. Alright, there we go. Oof. 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 I also had the misfortune of finding out that the unit I was in beforehand was really bad at doing paperwork and were doing some really shady things because they had no one specifically trained to do paperwork. Okay, so I'm starting to set up for editing Daily Space. So please bear with me while I do this, and then I will have that up on my screen. And then we can, you know, do all this together, where if I get really creative, we'll even do picture-in-picture. So what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 24th. 24th, April 19, Daily Space. The Gem Doctor says, you know you can get non-reflective coating on glasses, Annie. Warby Parker sells them. One thing about these glasses, I did not pay for them. These are completely free glasses. When I ordered them, they did not, I was not told about any coatings that I could get that would be extra. I was just told these are the free frames and these are the frames you have to pay for. I also didn't know that there would have been a $25 credit towards frames I didn't pay for. So, yeah, the plan is to get another pair of glasses eventually, but because these ones are free, I'm literally not going to be a begging chooser or a choosing beggar. So I'm happy with these. I'm annoyed at the reflection. I know they have a coating on them, so I can't just go and take them to an optical lab and get a coating put on them. So, but I have my prescription now, and I think I'm just gonna get another, I think I am just gonna fork out the money to get a couple pairs with the coatings I want, because there's another coating I want that's, how did I mess that up? There's another coating I want that is, it's actually a boysenberry color, but, I'm sorry, I am terrible at multitasking. It's a boysenberry color, and it's supposed to help with, is it full screen media? Yeah, that's the one I want. It's supposed to help with, there we go. It's supposed to help with migraines, but apparently astigmatism is also associated with migraines, so I think I'm going to hold off on that particular coating for a while. So make sure that... I don't know where the other... Oh, I think the other one was Chrome. That's okay. We can launch Chrome and do all of our searching in there. Which... Thanks, computer. That's not what I wanted you to do. Not at all, computer. And it doesn't even see Chrome. And I see a bunch of messages from our intro, and I'll get to that in a second. Why is it literally not recognizing Chrome? Nope. That's fine. We'll open it up another one of these and we'll call it Chrome. Ha! I win. I win. Those of you that have never produced anything like a, oh, now it sees it, that have never produced, things for broadcasting or streaming, I give a lot of credit to those people because they are very talented, especially the ones that have to do it all themselves, because normally when you watch like your local news, you have a gazillion different people doing a gazillion different things. Okay, cool. So we have picture-in-picture going. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to occasionally lose chat, and I apologize. So, let's turn down the music a little bit, because I can do that. Jean Loon says, rarely is anyone trained to do paperwork. Most often, someone is hired to handle it and is left to that person with how to deal with it. I know, right? Arnstro says, cleaning up other folks' messes when there's a legally mandated paper trail that, especially in its absence, details much of said mess. Ugh, no thanks. Yup. Arnstro continues with, we got a light taste of that when one brigade exercise revealed that the driver's training records and vehicle logs were all missing for everyone. Yeah. The band unit I was in was double strength, and everybody has what's called a slot. But I wasn't in the correct slot. So the amount of paperwork for when just changing my MOS, my military occupational specialty, was amusing because I was in a tuba slot. Hey, thanks for the host, Rilo Height. Just for getting me into the correct MOS to put me into 42 Alpha. First I was in a tuba slot, so then I had to be moved from a tuba slot to a clarinet slot, and then from there we did the paperwork for putting me in a 42 Alpha slot. But yeah, it was pretty cool that the band was double strength because the band was pretty big. But we had to do things like share weapons, which is mildly annoying. So, what I'm doing here is, that really should have been blank. Apply layout, blank. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to start creating my slides for Daily Space tomorrow. And I have Rocket Launch Live up because this is literally where I go to see what launches next. And I can see, it also has the latest launches, so I can see that China launched something on the 20th, and there's going to be another launch on the 30th, which is definitely within my week window for covering launches, so we're going to make a slide for each one of those. I know, Tinker, you're not getting any treats. So I'm just putting down in my comments section what launch it was, and I typically go in numerical order. not numerical, chronological order. So that one launched on April 20th, and I may or may not be able to find additional information on that, which will be especially tricky because I don't read Chinese. And we want another slide that has CRS space X17 to ISS on April 30th, which I have this as UTC right now. This would be oh my, this is the one that I thought was the Cygnus launch. I have no idea if we're covering this one, guys. This is gonna be 4:22 East Coast and 1:32 a.m. West Coast. So yeah. Arnster says, LOL, you guys were over your MTO for tubas. We were over our MTO for everything. Everything. And just the fact that... Here's another fun fact. When I enlisted, every instrument in the band had its own MOS. So most of the 02 series was... most of the 02 series was... I can't think. I lost all of my thoughts. Most of it was just band. So when you go, or when I went to basic training and I put my name on a locker and I put my MOS, I had 02 Juliet, and everybody's like, what's that? Because it's really not a common MOS. And that at the time was clarinet. And now the band MOS is 42 Romeo, if I recall correctly. And each instrument has an identifier. So it'll be like 42 Romeo, I think 1 something. There's way more to an MOS than just those first 3 numbers, and I don't remember the rest because I haven't needed to. So yeah, there's a lot of identifiers. So, but by the time I switched to 42 Alpha, the band had switched. The MOSs had changed from 02 series for the band to 42 Romeo for, I think, bands person, or I think it was band's person or band member or something. Hey, Bill Wink. 66 Foxtrot. I actually don't even know what that is. And wow, that's a long time to be in the service. I gotta give it to you for sticking it out that long, because I don't know if I could have. That's a real long time. Okay, so we have our... I'll open those 2 links. We have our dates and times. Nurse anesthetist. That is amazing, and I'm quite happy. Mad props, because yes, you guys are super important. Alright, and Rocket Launch Live is just giving me this generic. This launched on Saturday, April 20th at 2:41 p.m. UTC. So I'm gonna dump my document and oh, it actually has... There's actually links and stuff in here. I am amazed that they have things, because they don't always have things. So I'm gonna have a gazillion windows open in a second, and chat is going to occasionally get lost. So let's start with... Hey. I'm sorry, I thought I muted myself to get rid of the dogs, and I thought I unmuted myself to unfix it. Okay, so remember how I said I don't know Chinese, I can't read Chinese? The thing I have highlighted and I'm circling, which I think you guys can see it. Oh no, yes, I was looking at the wrong half of this. Although I don't know why I don't have picture-in-picture for the other. I guess it's lost. Oh well. Yeah, I know the symbols for month and day because I spent a couple weeks in Hong Kong and signage was everywhere in both. Oh no. Is there something? There shouldn't be anything that's making noise. So this is all coming from this page, I guess. And this is just footage of it. And here we go. This was definitely taken by a, because yes, China actually has kind of a space tourism industry just like America has. And by tourism, I don't mean let's go up in a rocket and go into space. I mean, let's go to tours to launches and stuff, because we do that in the US, we really do. So this might be my new spectator favorite footage. How did that get in its own thing? There we go. And that was also on what I think... Oh no. Oh no. So here's the video of it. Might as well watch that. See how everybody has their phone? They counted down and it's, oh, there it goes. The awkward laughing of when they counted down and nothing happened. And there it goes. There it goes. And as our intro says, we rarely get to see Chinese launches. We normally get to see them after the fact. And that's... I don't know, no, I don't know what you did. That, yes, this is what I want. We rarely get to see them to begin with. And it's just kind of weird because there's obviously a lot of people there in this video with cell phones, but there's also a language barrier. Like, not a lot of these people speak or understand English. So they can't just be like, hey, this is happening. Plus, you have the additional barrier of literally the Great Firewall of China. And this is why China has like their own search engine, their own version of Wikipedia, their own version of Twitter, their own version of whatever this is. I know it's a social media site. I'm not sure what its nearest equivalent is. And it's because there's censorship. Which I'm always amazed that they let stuff like this happen, but as far as I can tell, this is just how they do the thing. And I am shamelessly just copying, pasting images everywhere because I'll go back later and probably find it. Oh wow, this tweet is actually really informative, and I'm going to copy. So I'm going to read the bottom of it. If you ever want to know just how secretive Chinese launches are, drama in the Beidou 3 world, as some Chinese social media sites think this could be the Beidou 3 India 1 Quebec, not Beidou 3 Gulf 2 Quebec. It's a Beidou 3 regardless, but there you go. Edited the article to cover both scenarios. Locals quote, "Damn it, can someone notify us on the media every time there's a launch?" The city that it's launched from is in the earthquake belt. What happens when someday a real earthquake happens and everyone thought that's a launch? I've had enough of every time being scared for that. So yeah, that's a thing. That's totally a thing. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing Beidou correctly. I'm assuming so. I think... I know what it translates to because they call this rocket Beidou, which I'm probably mispronouncing, and I'm sorry if anybody does speak Chinese and knows how to pronounce it. We call it Long March, which I always thought was a pretty name, and just because it's like, oh, a rocket has a really... The music seems to be stuck. Well, bad music. I always thought, oh, it's because the rocket has a really long march to go. No, that's not why it's called Long March. Did I think I minimized something. There it is. Alright, turn down the music even more. That way if it breaks, it breaks. And pull chat back up. Okay, well, everybody's like, it's fine, so I don't know what just happened. I'll turn the music back up then. But yeah, that's not what it's called. Bad auto mod. There. That's not why it's called that. I guess at some point there was a event called Long March in not so distant Chinese history. And I don't know the specifics of it because I've been busy with my own project. Alright, so that's that. And oh, that's cool. Hey, look. We found more news accidentally. I am not even going to complain about this. So I'm just going to copy this link. And if you can't read it, it says... Paste? Oh, come on. It says, Starliner put DoD rescue divers through the first set of paces today for an at-sea crew rescue, a critical step in Starliner's progress towards its test flights and crew transportation duties to the space station for NASA. So, hey, that ended up being a thing. Part of me is like, boom, there's our 3 stories for tomorrow. Because why the heck not? We normally do 3. Bye! Bye, bye, Trekker Kev! And if Kim's going with you, bye! Thanks for tuning in. Almost makes me think you're going to watch a hockey game. I don't care who you cheer for in hockey, just As long as you're not betting on fights. For those of you that don't know, I had Billet Brothers, as in, and it's a very Canadian thing, so not a lot of Americans are going to understand what I mean by that. There is a local junior hockey league, and just transition back to that. There's a local junior hockey league, and these, quite frankly, kids, boys, whatever, come literally from all over the world. Usually they come from within the US. Canada's the next most common, and there's always some that are from, like, Eurasia. And my parents were billet host for 3 years, and we had, out of those 3 or 4 years, we had the same guy multiple times. And by multiple times, I mean he stayed with us year after year, and then he played for college that's not too far away, and like my parents would go and see him play at his college games. My parents actually did that for a lot of their billet sons. If they were still playing college and the college was nearby, they'd go. My mom went to one of their weddings. Like, these kids' families would come visit us, and it was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. I had one of them hide the fact that that he was getting piano lessons every day. He would just slip out of the house, not say where he was going. I didn't care. He would slip out of the house, not say where he was going, and then come back later, like, because he was done with school. He didn't have to go to school during the day like a lot of them did. And yeah, he was literally hiding the fact that he was continuing his piano lessons. I thought that was adorable. Okay, anything else newsworthy you guys think I should add? Part of me wants to, I mean, sounds like tomorrow we're gonna talk about the launch that happened, the Long March from China, especially since I got media from that. I don't know what was on that. See if I can kind of pull that up. I know, Tinker. I saw the Mars thing, but I'm not sure. Part of me is like, do I cover that? Does Pamela cover that? Because normally we try to stick to like 3 things, and I am definitely guilty of usually going with 4. So, yeah, there's that. Beidou. Oh, you wanna know what? That's what it is. Beidou doesn't stand for Long March. I'm sorry. So Beidou is, boom, the Chinese asterism equivalent to Big Dipper in other cultures. I'm gonna add that to my notes. And now I want to look up the Long March thing. But it's a navigation satellite system. I always forget about that. Let's see, can I view this image? What happens when I try to copy it? That should be fun. It works. It works. And yes, I know my slides look like a mess. They totally look like a mess. Get back. So I guess at some point, bad auto mod. Chandra says Virgin Galactic is joining the satellite launch network this year. I know, I'm excited. We can actually pull up, let me switch things over. We can actually pull up and look at their launch stuff on this very boring but you know, very powerful website. So we can actually view future launches based on who's launching it. So let's do so I selected version Orbit, and it says Q2 2019. They're going to have Launcher 1 going up on Cosmic Girl, which is an amazing name. And yeah, it's essentially an air-launched rocket for small satellite payloads. So they're going to be doing that one, and VCLS or Alana 20, which I guess are CubeSats, and another one, STP Sierra Tango Papa Sierra 27 Victor Papa, whatever that is. They're also going to be launching that by the end of the second quarter of this year. And the second quarter of this year ends at the end of June. So I may or may not have those in my calendar. I typically don't like putting the ones that are really vague in there, because then when they get pushed back or pushed around a lot, I have to constantly adjust them, and it's annoying. So there's that. Alright, so I guess we're gonna fix our slides a little bit, because I do have a lot of kind of ugly looking slides happening. And the first thing to do is not that, apparently. And really, I'd prefer a thing, but I will settle for this. So I'm not sure if this was launched by the... Not sure who launched it. Like, I know what it is for, but I don't know who launched it. And then we'll add a few more slides. And kind of space pictures out. Actually, hold on. There's a better way that I should have done this. So I'm on the second slide. I'm going to delete that, because that's probably going to be the image I lead with. And then probably have this a little bit busy. And just, you know, kind of do that. And then boom, just like that. I'm not sure how I'll credit one of the images though. And so just because I don't know how to credit it, that might be literally a reason I choose not to use it. And we'll just leave this one blank, because I'm sure I'll find more information later, and because information's duplicated, I can always go back. So, how is everybody's evening going? I'm sorry the dogs aren't on webcam. I'm trying, man. They're gonna get so fat from Cheerios. Oof. Now I'm just going to... That's right! Beidou, which is essentially in competition with... See, this is why I left this blank. So this is a navigation satellite system. I heard bits, dogs! I heard bits! Puck, can you speak? Speak! Come on! Alright! There you go, Ernstro. Puck says thank you. Alright, so here's the Cheerios, and make it rain! Thank you very much, Arnstro. Oof. Is it worth doing an update on Berry Sheet and that one satellite tomorrow? Part of me is like, those both feel like old news, and there's really not a major update to what's going on with Berry Sheet. I think like they got more specific, but I don't know if that's like update worthy. Part of me is like, it's one of those things that will take me 5 minutes or 5 seconds, and nobody will mind. Well, I appreciate the extra Cheerios you have laying around. I thought about doing the bit sync while I was on air too, but I didn't want to confuse anybody. That is such a gorgeous image of it launching. So, Chinese version of GPS. So why? Oh, it's not fully completed yet. Oh my. This is outdated. It says as of October 2018, 15 BDS-3 satellites have been launched, and it will eventually consist of 35 satellites. Of 35 satellites. Part of me is like, I should update Wikipedia as I go with this. Global services, about 2020. So, Chinese version of GPS or GLONASS or Galileo. With better accuracy? They're saying millimeter level accuracy with post-processing. So this Wikipedia page says for the public it'll be 10 meter accuracy and encrypted, which is essentially military use. They're saying 10 centimeters, which is amazing. And I don't even know. Let's go down this weird rabbit hole. Come with me down this weird rabbit hole. I don't even know what the accuracy on the other systems is. It's not giving me that. Okay then. Oh, here we go. When selective availability was lifted in 2000, GPS had a 5 meter accuracy. Oh wow. GPS receivers released in 2018 that use the L5 band have much higher accuracy, pinpointing within 30 centimeters. Okay, so new with L5 GPS, that's 30 centimeters. And that's going to be public. Oh, India has a Navic. Japan has something. Oh, that's augmentation. Oh, GLONASS can be added to GPS devices, making more satellites available and enabling positions to be fixed more accurately within 2 meters. That's pretty cool. I don't think... I doubt that we have anything released for accuracy for military type. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. But I just know that the military versions of this are going to be more precise than the civilian. Sport used in rugby for control and analysis of the training load. Okay then. Pull chat back up. The types of systems are one of the easiest arguments you can make to someone who doubts either relativity, quantum mechanics, or both. The fact that there are multiple systems, I mean, it is kind of amazing that there are multiple systems. And oh no, the fact that they work. Yeah, there was an XKCD comic somewhere that essentially my old boss on his planetarium door, look at this, had on his planetarium door that was, you know, a list of things that didn't work. And then there was the list of, and GPS was on the list, and it had to deal with like relativity and quantum mechanics. I remember Dowsing was on that comic too. Yeah, it's not really. Part of me is like, we're not getting a really good really good description of accuracy. Oh wait, here we go. 500 to 30 centimeters. Okay. Need to use all three of QCD, special, and general relativity. If they don't work, it doesn't either. Just the fact that you can use your phone as a compass, to me, is kind of amazing. Because that's not something I would have ever... I understand why it's in there, but that's one of those things where I'm like, that's not something you'd think to use a smartphone for. And most people don't use a smartphone for that unless, you know, you're trying to set up a telescope or, I don't know, trying to use LandNav with the telescope, or trying to use LandNav with a cell phone, which, why bother at that point? You're wasting your battery. Just get yourself a good old compass that doesn't rely on batteries and learn to do it that way. Because if you're lost in the middle of the woods, I mean, I know we have great cell coverage, but if you're lost in the middle of the woods, I'd rather have the compass and the map than the GPS on the phone. Because the battery in the phone can die, and that leaves me with a paperweight. There's no batteries in a compass or a map. I mean, you have to protect both, but you don't have to worry about batteries. That's just, sometimes it's just crazy. Oh, here we go. The accuracy is 530 centimeters. So we'll just leave it at 30 centimeters for that. And I'm not even sure what I have up anymore, because I guess we really should be looking at the Wikipedia pages instead of me editing my notes. Yeah, Wyoming and Montana just don't have that many cell towers. There's parts of Alaska. There's parts of Alaska that aren't covered by I mean, no, yeah, when I was in Alaska, I had no cell signal. It was the weirdest thing. Chandra Loon says, you know about Electron building a pad at Wallops? I think I heard rumors. Let me finish going down this GPS rabbit hole. Quite frankly. Let me finish going down this GPS rabbit hole, and and then we'll check that out. So, Navic, we'll just call it Navic. I'm not sure if Navic also uses the GPS satellites or if it's its own standalone thing. But the constellation's in orbit. Oh, well, it's not in operation. I just read that. So, where is my cursor? I lost my cursor. I still lost it. Okay. So, I was going to include Navic in my notes, but there was a failure of satellites, one of the satellites and its replacement, so there's no new date for operational status. And quite frankly, oh, that's why they have it. And quite frankly, if it's not working, I'm kind of hesitant to, or if it's not operational, I'm kind of hesitant to include it in my notes. Because I don't think a lot of you are in India and would care about this. I think out of all of us, I'm probably the one that cares most about India's space stuff, quite frankly. I might be wrong about that, but I just don't perceive a lot of Americans as caring about India's space stuff. But anyways, India came up with this system partly because of access to foreign government-controlled global navigation satellites is not guaranteed in hostile situations, as happened to the Indian military in 1999, when it was dependent on the American Global Positioning System during the Kargil War. The Indian government approved the project in May 2014. 4 years from approval to, planned operational start seems quick. It seems really quick. I'm just catching up on chat. Ernster says, Alaska doesn't even have most of its territory covered by weather radar, lol. Chandra says, they broke ground. EJ pointed it out at the last launch Das streamed. Oh, cool. And Ernster says, I think if you're into space flight related technology, then India's progress is just as interesting as China's, to be honest. Yeah, it is. It is, because I feel like India's been doing a lot of stuff in-house, and I know China has too. I'll be curious to see what India does for when they get into crewed launches, because I know China essentially uses a Soyuz craft. It's not a Soyuz craft, but it's based off of a Soyuz craft. It's the same shape, it has the same modules, and it's a bit bigger. I know you want more Cheerios. Hold on. I'm still pretty excited about India's lunar lander and rover, even though they've pushed back the launch for that a couple times. But yeah, Arenstro, 4 years from approval to operation, that seems amazing. Even with a I'm sorry, I'm just reading this. So the coverage of Navic is, or would be, limited to essentially areas where India would most likely have ground operations or sea operations. Yeah, this is not, it's not working. Alright, well, I'm gonna remove that from my notes, but I think it's pretty cool just to, you know, kind of know about. There's a lot of weird stuff that I come across when I'm researching for Daily Space. Because, yeah, why not? I think that's how I came across, oh my gosh, we've destroyed so many toilets in orbit. Okay, GLONASS, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, but the transliteration pretty much looks like Global Navigation Sputnikova, which I'm amused at Sputnik. Sistema, so Global Navigation Space System. Which I should have known that Sputnik is really not space but satellite. Because there it is. There it is, translated to English. There you go, Annie. It is the second navigational system in operation with global coverage and of comparable precision. Rister says, you got there. I know, right? So GLONASS. GLONASS. And its accuracy is not as good as with the L5 GPS. It can be 7.38 to 2.8 meters, which I'm like, okay. Task also includes delivery to the moon of a series of spacecraft for orbital research and establishment of lunar communication and positioning system. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Just, wow. Yeah. As far as history of, you know, global navigation systems, I think GPS was out first, and then GLONASS. And I literally think, GPS was out first and was picked up because of GPS is easy to say. It's 3 letters, and so that would have been a reason why it was picked up as a name instead of like global navigation, and B, because it was out first. And they're talking about using CDMA signals. Okay. And there's a lot of tech stuff that only our instro would understand, which, yeah, I know we're not doing CDMA for a lot of, cell phones use, they're, Oh, it still says CDMA is used as the access method in many mobile phone standards. Okay, so I was about ready to put my foot in my mouth and say, we don't use CDMA in mobile phones anymore, but it looks like we do. Because the 3G standard used by GSM carriers also uses wideband CDMA. Okay then. Alright, we're done with that little bit of a rabbit hole. And Galileo, which I still think is an amazing name for that system. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was the same sort of encoding used by most cell phone systems. Keep losing chat. Pseudo-random code overlaying the encoded data. Well, it's good to know that it's pseudo-random. I mean, pseudo-random's better than not pseudo-random. So. And everybody wants their own, everybody wants their own global navigation systems in case somebody else shuts off access. Because look at us humans, we can't get along and trust each other. Oh my goodness. Oh, Galileo is also to provide a new global search and rescue function. That's pretty cool. Here we go. Here's what I was looking for. Accuracy is... Then why are the Chinese saying that it would have the best accuracy? Because Galileo is saying 1 meter public and 1 centimeter encrypted. Which, okay. That's, you know. I don't know. I think they were saying with post-processing it can be down to 1 centimeter. But post-processing, like what kind of post-processing? How? You can't, for most people that would use it on the fly, I don't think that would matter. I mean, that matters with, like, when you're analyzing things, but not when you're trying to navigate. Alright, so... Oh, there's science projects? And there's coins? The Austrian 25 Euro European Satellite Navigation Commemorative Coin. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Science! And I'm scanning it. Geo 6 project aims at fostering possible novel applications within the scientific user community of GNSS signals or Galileo systems, and particularly of Galileo. Okay. And then the Agile project is an EU-funded project devoted to the study of technical and commercial aspects of location-based services. It includes a technical analysis of the benefits brought by Galileo and studies the hybridization of Galileo with other positioning technologies, network-based, WLAN, etc. Within this project, some pilot prototypes were implemented and demonstrated. Okay. Alrighty then. And here we go. The first mainstream smartphones with the capability of being compatible with Galileo. The Samsung Galaxy S8, the Moto X4, Apple iPhone 8, and Apple iPhone X. And I heard things. Thanks for following. Strix. All right. Pull out some dogs. All right, Puck. Oh, Puck's already sitting. Hey, Puck, speak. Come on, speak. Say thank you. Say thank you again. All right, we have a thank you. Puck says thank you. I say thank you. Here's some Cheerios and make it rain. They've already moved their bed. Arnstro says the idea, and this is talking about CDMA. I know, he's adorable, isn't he, Strix? Arnstro says the idea is with CDMA, you can use it to send multiple conversations over the same frequency space because each conversation is in a different language, pseudo-random code. And CDMA stands for Code Division Multiple Access. That is totally an acronym I get behind. Yeah, Puck's a cutie. Let me pull up OBS so I can see who exactly is on cam. Puck's a cutie. He is the white one, and then the little black dachshund is Tinkerbell. And I throw Cheerios at them because Cheerios are low calorie. And my dogs do amazing things for food. And now the cat's screaming. Which, I don't know why the cat's screaming. Other than it's probably his snack time. So yeah, hi, welcome, because I haven't seen you around before, Strix. Hi, I'm Annie. This is not a usual streaming time for us. We normally stream at 1 p.m. Eastern, which right now I think is 1700 hours UTC. Yeah, 1700 hours UTC. And that's Sunday through Friday. Sunday is myself colorizing space telescope data. I won't be streaming this coming Sunday because I will be out of town. But I will the Sunday after that. And Monday through Friday is Daily Space, which is our daily-ish space news roundup. And that's actually what I'm working on right now is I do Daily Space once a week, and this week it's on Wednesday. And I'm working on putting my slides together because reasons. And sometimes when I do this, I go down some pretty weird rabbit holes. And yeah, so I learn a lot by putting together Daily Space, and I didn't stream this past Sunday. I kind of wanted to be social because I haven't been out of the house in days. Actually, that's a lie. I was out of the house on Sunday because it was Easter. But yeah, I kind of wanted to share my process. So feel free to ask questions, chat along. You know, if nothing else, I guess enjoy the dogs when they want to be on camera because they've figured out that if they get off camera, treats appear to make them go on camera. I have taught my dogs bad habits. Hey, Paranor, welcome. This was totally spur of the moment, Paranor, so sorry if I woke you up from your nap. Oh, do I know that feeling. Let's take a little bit of a break from this. And I'll flip over to putting the dogs full screen. If I can figure out... Oh, well, dogs aren't full screen, but there's bigger dogs. Yeah, don't feel bad about taking a nap. Don't. It's okay. Oh my, I really see what you guys mean about this whole anti-reflective covering thing. Hey, Journey started. I just went over this, but I'll go over it again. I'm taking a break right now because why not? Because I've essentially gone down a weird rabbit hole. I am working on putting my slides together for tomorrow's Daily Space. I cover Daily Space once a week. That's usually on Wednesdays. Once a month, it's a Thursday because reasons. And I wanted to test my lighting setup. I wanted to test my mic position. And I kind of wanted to hang out with you guys. The reason why I'm testing my lighting setup is these. These are new. These are my glasses. The Gem Doctor earlier suggested an anti-reflective coating. I got these for free, like completely free, as in I didn't pay money out of my pocket to get them, or to at least put them on my face. Now, if I get billed for them, I get billed for them, but yeah, my glasses were free. Yeah, and I'm thinking, what happens if I do that? Ah, that's what happens when I do that. Bad things happen when I do that. Yeah, I know my screens are reflecting in my glasses. I know my lights are reflecting. Part of me is like, well, I fixed the window thing. So I don't... There we go, Warby Parker. See, you didn't tell me it was low cost. You just said they do this. Talk to me after stream relights. Yeah, I'm going to. And see, I moved my monitor and my lighting, and now everything's broken. Everything's broken. Stop touching it, Annie. You're just making it worse. Get... See if I can fix this. That's a little bit better. AI Storm, just go with sunglasses. Yeah, I mean, I used to be so proud of myself for my lighting setup, because it is pretty cheap. And, it is pretty cheap, and, like, it can be amazing, and I can get my green screen to, you know, pretty much do the amazing green screen thing. And it was great until I got glasses. And my computer sits in front of a large window, which overlooks my street and my porch, and I love it for that reason, because I can see people going by, I can see people coming up to the house before they knock on the door, which, yes, the dog cam is essentially pointed at the door. And I really don't want to move my desk. And I really only have this, like, one amazing computer. But I realize other parts of my house would be better for a studio. And right now I'm just making what I have work. So, yeah. Okay, but thank you for telling me specifically that Warby Parker were low cost, because I have my prescription handy. Why is my nose so itchy? I have my prescription handy, and I can pop in there and do things. I just hope they deal with, I hope they just deal with astigmatism, because some of the lower cost places are like, astigmatism, what? Yeah, I wish I could kind of take a hammer to it and fix everything. So... but yeah, hi Strixsec. I tend to get rambly. But yeah, I'm setting up my slides for Daily Space tomorrow, and this is not usual time that we stream. Earlier I said that we stream 1 p.m. Eastern time, which right now is 1700 hours UTC. And yeah. This is a test of mic setup, lighting setup, which obviously I'm still struggling because I have reflections in my glasses, which I need to be wearing. I could take them off to stream, but I need to be wearing them. And yeah. Plus sometimes I learn some really weird things or interesting things when I'm researching. And I kind of wanted to give you guys an insight of, you know, what goes into me setting up Daily Space. Dr. Pamela has a whole different routine. She tends to cover things that are more scientific or have some more scientific language in them. I did that at first, but the time that it takes her to digest like an astronomy article, and it's time for me to digest the same article, like if it's not written in a language for general public, is significant. And she is the actual astronomer of this channel, and I am just somebody that happens to know just enough about astronomy to be dangerous. And what's kind of ended up happening is that since I usually am the one that streams launches, just like, well, we'll talk about upcoming launches. Oh, we'll talk about the craft that's going up on them, etc., 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 etc. So what ended up kind of happening is that I know more about rocketry and things than Dr. Pamela does, which I find hilarious because, you know, this is just something I end up researching for you guys, also to sound somewhat intelligent. And I mean, I know, I recognize I still don't know everything. I recognize that I make mistakes. And I recognize that some people are way, way more knowledgeable about this than I am. Like, our Instro can talk circles around me about satellites and encryption and things and of that nature. And I'm like, okay, encryption is a good thing. Got it. So, yeah, that would be L2 Rocket Guy. There's really a for real, honest to goodness, rocket scientist on Twitch. That's amazing. That's amazing. Puck. Tinker, you guys are terrible. She sometimes does figure out that that if she's sitting, but they moved their blanket in the bed, so I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna fix their blanket in their bed because it's bothering me. And yeah, it can be dangerous, you know. What? Why are you excited? Come on, let's fix. Come on. There you go. You guys might find more Cheerios that way. Yeah, we totally do have Yohav on speed dial. We really do. We really do have Yohav on speed dial. So, yeah, there you go, Puck. See, Puck gets Cheerios, because he's already there. But yeah. Yeah, and then another reason, aside from Sunday being Easter, that I didn't stream is that I have been working on a project for the past month, and it ramped up in intensity over the past couple weeks. Alright, give me a second. It ramped up in intensity over a couple weeks, the last couple weeks, and it was super intense leading up until today. And I did my final render, because every render I did today I thought was going to be my final one. And I'm not sure how many finals are really in the final one part of it. It might be 3 or 4. But I did my final render. It got the official seal of approval. It got uploaded. I filled out the other thing that I needed to fill out, made sure that I didn't need to do anything else for this project, and I promptly laid down on the couch and cuddled with dogs. Because I was done. And Paranor says, the finals are never final till the tin is locked down. Yeah, I probably uploaded this video 4 times to the website, and the 4th time I was like, I'm done. So, it was pretty intense, and I took a nap. And I know I need to get these slides done for tomorrow. So yeah, I feel zero bad things about, you know, slides and things, or naps and things. So if you're new, if you've just kind of stumbled upon us, go ahead and ask questions. There are and aren't rules for asking questions. The biggest rule is be respectful. The second rule, which is my rule, not necessarily a channel rule, because, you know, Dr. Pamela also streams from this channel. But my second rule is you can ask whatever you want, I may not answer it. Like, if you ask about flat earth things, you might get a snarky answer. Because there are some things where I just have very little tolerance for. And I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, because I don't have the patience for it. And yeah, some of the mods are way more strict about that than I am. Like Paranor is saying that can actually earn you a ban. Which, what camera is that? Oh, it's coming from that one. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I am definitely going to have to look into glasses. So, none of you guys are on camera. Get on camera. So, but yeah, trolls get banned. Now, if you just want to watch some snark and not get banned, I mean, use the /s at the end of your statement, so I know, you know, you're being sarcastic. And, you know, we can roll with that. So, oh, that's where my picture-in-picture went. You don't get Cheerios by being over here. /s, unknown command. You can't just say hello /s. Like that. Only, you know, not that. Okay. So back to this. Oh, I was being sarcastic. Gotcha. So back to this. I may occasionally lose the chat window, so I will check it occasionally. I know, Tinker. I will probably lose it occasionally. Just like we lost the music. Because it got so soft. There we go. But yeah, I think we're almost... Oh yeah, and for those of you that haven't seen it yet, we were actually mentioned in a nice article in Gizmundo. So let's share that. Gizmodo? Gizmodo, not Mundo. Modo. Let me share that. And I'm gonna pull back up my slides. And we're gonna get back at it. You're not in the right place, Tinker. You're not getting Cheerios till you're in the right place. Unless someone feels really bad for you. The only dual frequency GNSS. What exactly are they talking about with GNSS? I think I lost track of what that is. Which they're using it in a very broad sense here. Because I guess GPS was only... GPS and Galileo was only authorized within US territory, and there are more than 70 Galileo-enabled smartphones on the market. Galileo is Europe's version of GPS, and the reason why we're talking about it is because the satellite that China just launched is part of their version of GPS, which I probably should learn how to pronounce it. But yeah, China has their own version of GPS. India almost has their own version of GPS. And Russia has their own version of GPS, and Europe as a whole, I guess the EU, has their own like GPS. So I think Japan might have one too, but because they don't have global coverage, I don't think I incorporated it. They might just have local coverage, which is fine. It's fine. Tinker, quit crying. Alright, so we're gonna close up this rabbit hole of navigation. And we're going to move on to... I have this website saved, right? Right. I do now. I'm going to move on to the... Going to move on to SpaceX. So SpaceX has a launch later this month. I'm looking for SpaceX logo to put in my file. And they are going to be launching a resupply mission to the ISS. And etc, etc, etc. I'm just shaking my head at our instro. See, I know somebody that fell for the India 10. No. India Delta 10 Tango. I know of somebody that fell for that. Or was it India Delta 10 Dash Tango form? Yeah, I think it was India Delta 10 Dash Tango. I know they fell for that form. Yeah, just like that, Arnstro, just like that. And that's kind of military humor because every official military form has a number and a designation. If it's a general DoD, like all DoD services use it, it's going to be called DoD something. I think 214 actually is DDO, or DoD 214. And 214 is your essentially a sheet that has your record of service on it. So somebody asking for an ID 10T file. DD, yeah. See, I'm tired. I knew I was close, but I bet you DD stands for Department of Defense. No, don't start. The National Guard has their own prefix for file names. The reserves have their own prefix for file names. Army has their own prefix. Navy has their own prefix. Air Force has their own prefix. The Marines probably have their own prefix. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Coast Guard has their own prefix. But yeah, so it's not uncommon to see a prefix, a number, and then you know, like dash whatever, because there totally is like a form called 2-1. So I know somebody that's actually I know directly? I know of like secondhand degree of someone that's actually fallen for that. Jandra says there is a T-54 cannon that is close to that 100mm Delta 10T. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. That is indeed hilarious. So what's going to be on this CSR-17 mission? The external payloads manifested for this flight were the Orbiting Carbon Observatory 3 and STP-H6. So not a lot of... Oh, look, here's our mission patch. And that's not even the form that I want their mission patch in. There we go. That's how I want their mission patch. Download. We'll do the large because we don't need the original size. Save, and I'll find it later and add it because I don't feel like digging through it now. What do you want, Tink? Do you just want attention? Nope. I caught you. I caught you, and I'm gonna have to move the Cheerios away from you because I don't trust you. I like triangular or Arnster says, I like triangular patches generally. Very strong looking. It is very strong looking. Let's pull this back up so we can look at it. So you got the, this is CRS 17. SpaceX internally calls it, or somebody calls it SPX 17. SPX stands for SpaceX. So CRS Commercial Resupply Services, SpaceX 17. And here's the Dragon capsule with its solar panels. And here's the International Space Station, and I guess that arrow thing's supposed to be in orbit. I don't know if it's pointing to where it's going to dock. If it was pointing to where it's going to dock, that would be pretty cool. Oh, cat, why are you screaming? But, Orbiting Carbon Observatory 3, which apparently I have... Aha! I have clicked on it. See, oh, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks so. So Orbiting Carbon Observatory 3, I am shamelessly copy-pasting. Are you gonna make me end the stream early because you're pathetic looking? They can't even see you, I don't think. I know you guys can't see it, but I totally have a dog in my lap. What? Oof. Are you trying to tell me it's time to go back on the couch and cuddle? I think they're trying to tell me it's time to go back on the couch and cuddle. Okay. So this actually isn't the first. I mean, obviously it's not the first. Oh, this is interesting. So the very first one of these was launched in 2009, right? And that failed because the fairing didn't separate from the satellite. And we launched a replacement in 2014. And then 2015, we canceled the funding for the third one, which is this current one. And then right after it was canceled, it was reauthorized. It was not included in the proposed fiscal year 2018 presidential budget. And it was then restored. And it's going to be launched. So if that doesn't speak about the funding craziness at NASA, I don't know what does. I may not speak about that tomorrow, but if that doesn't speak about the funding, I don't know what does. All right, so pulled up chat again. Paranor says Cat wants camera time too. First person to donate 500 bits gets to see the cat fed a half can of tuna. Alright, I don't know about a half can of tuna, but I can promise a half can of cat food. Which now I'm just kind of amused by that. I can do part of a can of cat food. He's camera shy. He switches from real needy to not needy at all. So, I don't know if there's actually an image of this. I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole now. And that was the artist's rendition. And that is also the artist's rendition. But it's supposed to be... I thought it was going to be attached to the space station. It's going... Oh yeah, it will be mounted on the space station. Okay, that's interesting. And now I see why it's an external payload. Because it's gonna be big. So now we go back to the Twitters. Because Twitter is a great source of images. No, you're on my thing now. You're stuck. So we want orbiting, carbon, observatory. We might actually not pull anything up. Well, there's this. That's not quite what I was looking for. There's photos. Here's something that's not even in English. Apparently I do need to add 3. And here we go. I found a link. Which I guess that's its own mission logo. Is that? Yeah, I guess that's... It's an image. It's a big image. And escape. I think I might need to go back. And it was put in the bottom. Credit. I'll add some of the final touches. There's a video too. And I will save this link because I may come back to this in the morning and finish up. But I think this is all the science on this particular launch. Oh, look. This is why we look on Twitter, people. This right here. Look at this. Alright. I need another slide. And I'm gonna have to take it back. And I lost it, didn't I? Here we go. Alright, so... Is this Alright, so we're just going to have to assume that this is a NASA JPL picture. And copy. And copy link to the tweet. And there we go. How to high five like a NASA engineer. Establish mutual consent to smack hands. Focus on your partner's elbow. Extend the arm until contact is established. Hashtag National High Five Day. Alright, I see what you did there. That's pretty cool. We'll chat back up because I see things that have happened. This is a really good picture. I'm probably still going to show the 3D render, even though I don't like the 3D render. I'm not saying I can do better than the 3D render. Although part of me is like, yes, you can. I'm not saying I can do better than the 3D render. Aw, Canada Kim says, heading out. Have a great evening, everyone. Thanks, Annie. Bits for Tinker and Puck. Well, thank you for the bits. Take care, Canada Kim. I guess don't let Trucker Kev get too rowdy while he's cheering for whatever the wrong country is. And Tinker is literally jumping out of my arms. Alright, get over there, Tink. Alright, thank you very much, Canada Kim. More bits for Tinker and Puck. Because they like their bits. So, why am I not following NASA JPL? And part of me is like, oh my goodness, see, this is only 2 stories. See how involved this can get people? Like, these are the weird rabbit holes I go down. And we still have the Starliners at sea recovery, which I am going to shamelessly copy paste this image which is problematic actually. I don't know where the image came from originally, and I do like to give credit. There it goes. It may have gone twice. It did. And I'm going to copy paste the link to the article in my notes, because I think I'm starting to run out of steam and this might actually get finished tomorrow. Also, I'm amused by this ad. Portraits, weddings, rockets. Okay then. I'm not sure if the person that runs this website is the same person that took the photos? I think it is, actually. I think it is. So... yeah. That's pretty cool. There's a tweet from Boeing. So let's look at the tweet. Oh, wow. I don't know when they're doing these Starliner uncrewed orbital test flight. That is actually a super good question. I also don't know why I'm not following them. Oh, they have a video for it, that too. That's cool. When is when is it supposed to launch, though? Back to Wikipedia we go. Starliner. Here we go. Spacecraft. CST. Slightly larger than the Apollo command module, and slightly smaller than the Orion capsule. And yet it's going to support crews up to 7 people. Testing, I guess, is what we want. The orbital mission is now scheduled for August 2019. Okay. I'll take that. So I think that test flight August 2019. Okay. So that's some time away now. They actually already... Is that going to have actual, like, people in it? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at that. But they are actually already have personnel selected to, they actually already have personnel selected for this flight, which I'm kind of like, wow, that's amazing. Okay, yeah, so the Boeing crew flight test isn't going to be until after this one. So SpaceX test crewed test is going to be before Starliners. We don't talk about Starliner. No earlier than, okay, 17 August, which, let's see if I can pull that up. I don't know if Boeing has a thing on here, because I'm not sure who's launching it. I don't know if it's going up on a... I don't know if it's going up on a Falcon 9? It's not going up on a Falcon 9. What else did the article... Because the article mentioned which rockets it's compatible with. Oh, it by default includes one space tourist seat. And the Boeing contract with NASA allows Boeing to price and sell passage to low Earth orbit on that seat. So... what? What happens when the mission is to go to the space station? Do they come down right away? Like, these are some real questions. Atlas 5. Okay, so now we're going to check the website for Atlas 5. Which, there it is. There it is. Which I probably had this in... I probably had this in my personal launch calendar and just didn't realize what it was. Because I was like, CST Starliner, okay, whatever. But, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So flip everything up. Yeah, it's supposed to launch on Atlas 5. It is compatible with a Atlas 5, the Delta 4, and the Falcon 9, as well as the planned Vulcan, which... who's making the Vulcan? Oh, ULA. Of course. Of course it is. Alright, so that's technically 3... I'm thinking... trying to think. because there was some talk about groundbreaking in Wallops, which I knew they were eventually going to launch from Wallops, but I wasn't entirely too sure. Yep, here we go. Several months of search, the company announced their selection of NASA Wallops Flight Facility as their second site. That was announced in October of 2018. The site was chosen for its low number of launches from other companies, along with its ability to supplement orbital inclinations provided by LC-1. Most important considerations of the selection were the flight rate increase and the ability to set up the pad quickly thanks to the readiness of the infrastructure. Cool. So, let me... And I'm sure that there's more out there. Let's check their news. I like the book my launch button. See, they don't have anything. Oh wait, I'm not going back far enough. They don't have anything on their website, but they did just break ground. You'd think this would be something on their webpage. You'd think this would be something on the page. So I guess I'm gonna have to check their Twitter. Which, whatever. And the song is kind of freaky. Is it almost over? Where is my music? Yeah, we're gonna skip this song. At LC1. There we go. Here we go. Here's the tweet. Copy link to tweet. It's like I knew there had to be something somewhere. There just had to be. Okay. And I think that's... Oh, this is hilarious. So here's one of their tweets. It says, "We've made a tradition of giving every Electron rocket its own unique name. Our next mission is for the Space Test Program, which is based in New Mexico. That location might have just been the inspiration for this vehicle name and mission patch. Hashtag, that's a funny looking cactus." It is indeed. The name of it is... Pull this image up bigger for everybody. That's a funny looking cactus. And I want to say that this is one of my favorite things about Rocket Lab. Also, here's an outline of a kiwi, which I think is the national bird of New Zealand. I know it's associated with New Zealand. And I think this is a roadrunner, which, yes, is a real live bird, which I think is seen in the Southwest. I might be wrong about both of these things, and it's on their page. Found it. Though it's almost a year old. Yeah, I was more interested in the groundbreaking stuff, which I found an image and a date, so that's good enough for me. Our instro ads. Roadrunners are real and also quite fast on foot. But yeah, I love that they are calling it, that's a funny looking cactus. And I mean, they've been busy. Part of me's like, was it really all that long ago that... I mean, I guess it has been a couple weeks since their last launch. So, cool. So there's those. That's technically 1, 2, 3, 4 stories, and I think that's what I'm going to cap it at because I try not to go way into depth unless there's a lot going on. I really don't think... Actually, while we're on Twitter, let's check for Berry Sheet. Because I'm not sure if there's updates on Berry Sheet. Do-do-do. Yeah, I don't think... Here's something from BBC. Space IL, so that's from the Jerusalem Post. So I should actually probably pull up Space IL's website. Really? Here's some conspiracy theory nonsense. Alright, so I think we're just going to do a search for Space IL, because I'd rather get the information directly from them than kind of pull from other places. Although it doesn't look like they've really said anything else than what they've said previously. Aww, New York's first public telescope. The Wallops Pad Electron will be using... Oh, the Wallops Pad that Electron will be using won't have its own fuel lines or water lines for Rainbirds. The pad is right next to the Zero Alpha pad that Antares uses. I mean... as long as they have access. Alright, so they really haven't said anything since the 17th, which I think we kind of covered that. And I'm thinking there might not be anything new. So let's just pull up, let's pull up the PBS one. And see. Although this looks like it was published on the 11th. This doesn't look like any new information. Yeah, final post-mortem analysis has yet to be conducted. Close. But this says, hey, this, I don't, Tink, I know. I don't think there's any new information about this. I guess I will have to look at my last news stream to see what I did cover. Because I feel like I've essentially already covered this, but I'm not entirely too sure. So, alright, I think I am done with this rabbit hole. I feel like I have enough material for tomorrow, and I can definitely tidy this up and make it to what you guys are used to seeing in the morning. And Tinker is laying very nicely on her blanket. I don't know if I'm dropping frames. I might be. Everything's gone wonky. Literally everything. My green screen's gone wonky. It's still kind of wonky. There we go. We're just gonna kill the music. Okay, so I think I see I have something. I think that's gonna be it for today. It's been dropping for a few minutes now. Well, I blame the music because I stopped the music and y'all are like, okay, it's good now. Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm done for tonight. And there it goes. Nope, nope, it's not you guys, it's my connection. It's not you guys. It really isn't. I have a lot of tabs open. It's totally not you guys. It is 8:30 here. So my guess is that my guess is that all the kids have gone to bed and the adults are starting to stream things. Because, yeah, the kids are in bed. Let's watch TV. Or, you know, it's windy and stormy and gross. But I am watching my, my connection speed flip from green to orange to yellow to red. So, no, it's not you guys. It's me. Okay, so with all of that, and the fact that my stream is now unstable for whatever reason, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to call it good, because I'm not even entirely too sure how long I've been streaming. Oh my goodness, a couple hours. Under settings. Yeah, cable internet. I'm trying to, like, where's the shadow coming from? I don't even know. Is the shadow coming? No, it's coming from my frames. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know I've said it a couple times. I'm tired. I need a break, and I probably need food. But yeah, thank you all for joining me and hanging out with me while I worked on my slides for tomorrow. I hope you guys learned something. I know that some of you are going to watch me present this tomorrow, and you can see some of the same information we covered tonight. And That's just the nature of the beast. I'm going to clean up the slides tomorrow morning before I stream and make like actual readable notes to myself. So, yeah, there's that. There's that. Puck, what are you doing? The dogs are everywhere. Dogs are everywhere. I'm tired. All right, so yeah, let's do this thing, shall we? So, I'm going to do the thing where I do the station identification, and I'm going to roll the credits, and I'm going to raid and host somebody. So if you have any suggestions for who to raid and host, say so now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna kind of, I don't know, brains are for thinking, not for zombies, but I need food. So, yeah, hi, I am Annie. And this has been a random stream. They happen occasionally. Normally we stream 1 p.m. Eastern from Sunday to Friday. Sunday is myself colorizing space telescope data. Monday through Friday is your daily space, your daily-ish news roundup. Tonight we worked on my slides for when I host Daily Space tomorrow. We are in collaboration with, not sure the right way to put it, collaboration? Our home institution is PSI, that's Planetary Science Institute, and we work in collaboration with Youngstown State University here in Youngstown. Yup, it's dark outside, Ohio, and stuff and things. The bar at the bottom is our fundraising goal for this month. Y'all were awesome, and helped fund money to essentially keep me fed and things, and that's essentially what this money is for. This money goes towards to pay Susie and myself. For me, it goes to upgrading my equipment, feeding the dogs, and life things. And Susie, her money goes towards putting her daughter through college. So yeah, that's awesome. If you can't afford to donate, buy merch, subscribe, donate bits, that's okay. I understand. I totally understand, and you don't have to. Please just, hang out with us. Follows are free. Come hang out with us. We're nice. We don't bite. And, things and stuff. We have a Discord. Our Discord is not super active, but if you want in on some board games on Steam, or just want to post science memes or have questions, that's the place to go. And to the sausage and sausage makers, yeah. But yeah, follows are totally free. Come join us, hang out and chat. We like new friends. We're nice to new people. And I think that's everything, guys. I think that's everything. I will update the banner at the bottom with the bit sync probably tomorrow before I stream. So this number that you see isn't the most updated, but it's pretty much there. But yeah, thank you all for, all of your support. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I know it was a random, unplanned stream, but, it was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to log off and, cuddle with puppies and probably go back to sleep. In case you missed it earlier, I won't be streaming this Sunday because I have a surprise! Yeah, so tune in Friday and Saturday, and you'll see what the surprise is. And I think that's everything. Puck, is that everything? I think that's everything for real. Alright, I'm not seeing any suggestions for who to raid. So I'm going to pull up the Knowledge Fellowship, because I don't know who all is live right now, quite honestly. And Find somebody that's live. I mean, there's somebody doing math prep. The only other Knowledge Fellowship person I see streaming right now is Nerdish with SAT, ACT math prep. So I don't think any of you guys are going to be doing standardized testing, but you know, it's science, right? Right. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna roll the credits. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Awkwardly.